All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hope everybody is doing well today. I am Algo, and thanks for joining me on another. Well, I don't know, man. I need to come up with a name for this, what we do every morning. Like, I know people that do charts and coffee, right? You don't want to call it the morning show. Something to do with the algos. Remember that cereal, alphabet cereal? Maybe algos for breakfast. Anyway, I'm working on it. I am a smart money, dark pool, and block trade algorithm analyst, which means I look at this flow trade chart all day looking for divergences, and then we play those. We're going to look for stocks and options that are going to have a greater than expected chance of making a move today. And as always, if you've got any comments, questions, concerns, anything at all, hit me up in the comments section below and make sure you like that video. Oh, Laz is here this morning. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to get into some news. Let me just check into the chat real quick. I was supposed to stream to another group this morning. They may just have to wait for a minute just because I'm a little behind and I got to get stuff done. Got lots of things going on today. Let's see. So you guys want to look at Neo, Baidu, and Chewy. I think that Baba, Utu, 1 second. Right. Jeez. All right. Sorry. Just got a notification. Just got asked to do a guest spot on something. So pretty excited about that. Let's see. I want to check out HP, Marvel, and then obviously the boys. CrowdStrike. Let's start. All right. All right, so let's get into it. I just posted a message in the chat section. I want to look at probably Baba, Futu, MCHP, I believe that's MailChimp, Marvel, CrowdStrike, Upstart, Affirm. Those all sound pretty decent. Stitch Fix from the weekend watch list did not get above the 200 SMA, so it is not doing its job. And let's see. Did it kick me out? It probably kicked me out. Futures overnight are not looking good. Little head and shoulders formed, right? Little micro head and shoulders. What the heck? Hold on. Stocks intraday. Oh. I don't feel like this thing's working. Okay, so let's move away from it. Let's get, what do we need to do here? We need to get our futures chart set up, and then we need to read some news, don't we? Yes, we do. We need to read some news. I need to move that around. Of course, logged me out. All right, this is supposed to be like this. I love this little calculator right here. If you don't have a calculator set up on your desktop, I highly recommend getting one. It's pretty nice to be able to calculate your risk reward percentages, stuff like that. You don't want to get stuck just guessing at things. All right, let me get the futures on. While that loads, let's go read some news, shall we? Let's get into some news. Alrighty, here we go. Hopefully everybody can see this. Oh, nope. This is not for you guys. Beep, 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 beep. All right, Micron commodity DRAM prices likely to fall 15 to 20% in 1Q2 following peak shipments in the second and third quarters. The memory sector has entered a period of correction in the fourth quarter of 2021 that may last 1 to 2 quarters, and commodity DRAM prices in particular will face higher downward pressure. If you don't understand what that means, it's computer talk for saying that that Micron is likely to pull back for the next couple months. If I were to look at seasonality, I probably wouldn't look at Micron again until summertime 2022. So Micron and look for the long-term fade, possibly. All right. I'm trying to make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. I'm not super big on biotech news. Johnson & Johnson did come out with earnings. They beat earnings by 35 cents, and they maintained its 2021 sales forecast for COVID-19 vaccine at 2.5 billion and reported 502 million in sales of the single dose shot in quarter 3. They raised, oh sweet, they raised their adjusted EPS view from 965, or excuse me, to basically 970, up 10 cents, which boasts their forward-looking 2021 revenue to 9.41 billion. Right, so probably another 500 million, which is pretty decent. So Johnson & Johnson may rip today. Sage Therapeutics and Biogen announced plans to submit a new drug application for its, doesn't say what it's for. Does not say what it's for. This is important news here. Pay attention, please. Please, please, please. The FDA intends to allow Americans to get a different COVID vaccine as a booster from the one they originally had. So, this is the way that works. You've got these drug manufacturers, mRNA, Pfizer, Merck, Johnson & Johnson, BNTX. So Americans go out, they get the single dose, right? They get their second dose, and then you need boosters. And so before, the thought process was that you had to stick with the original company for the booster. So vaccine makers were able to forecast potential sales. And there's a company that has an oral vaccine that's coming out. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. We need to figure that out because their business model was going to suck because most people were just going to stick with their original shot provider. And so this company's forecast was not to be producing until 2022, but by that time, most Americans will have gotten their booster shot with the initial same company. So their business model sucked. With this news, that should be very bullish on that company, and I wish I could find them. Shoot, let me see. Let me look in another one of my groups here, and I'll see if I can find it. Bitcoin news should be important. What is that dang pill? What is it? What is it? What is it? Sorry, I'm just scrolling through. See if I can find it. Let's see. OCGN. That's what it was. Aha. OCGN. That's the one. Let's write that down because we need to check in on that. So their previous horrible business model just got rocked by the FDA. So that's good. Bullish on them again. All right, moving on. Zions Bank Corp. So lots of financial earnings came out. They all seem to be pretty bullish, right? Most, if not all, the financial companies beat on earnings. I think that was that initial rally that we got this morning in the futures, and definitely sold off. Like I said, there's head and shoulders forming. So hopefully we pull back to support and rally at the open. If not, it could get pretty nasty today. We'll get into futures in a second. Okay. All right. UAVS, remember this from a couple years ago where they were rumored to have news where they were going to partner with Amazon to do their drone delivery system. Well, sorry about your like. Sorry. No, they didn't. They worked it though. It was great. Their stock went from like $2 to 10 on they were just dropping hints like we partnered with a major e-commerce company. And of course traders hear what they want to hear, and they thought it was going to be Amazon. Well, it wasn't. So anyway, going through Steel Dynamics earnings, Hexacell earnings, Halliburton earnings, right? Tupperware announces the entry into definitive agreement for the sale of its House of Fuller beauty business in Mexico. That could be bullish. More likely bearish. All right, here is what I really wanted to look at. Okay. Senate Democrat, excuse me, hold on. Go back. Senate Democrats on Tuesday unveiled a scaled back version of the Biden administration proposal to crack down on wealthy tax cheats after conservative groups and the bank industry raised major privacy concerns. Three people with knowledge of the coming announcement said, the Washington Post said. So initially, the Department of Treasury and Senate Democrats had proposed requiring financial institutions to provide the IRS with additional information on bank accounts with more than $600 in annual. Come on, dude, really? This is you fucking people, man. I swear. Why would you care about somebody who's making $600 in annual deposits or withdrawals? Like, really? My kid makes $600 in annual deposits and withdrawals from his allowance. Whatever. Anyway, that one irritates me. We're going to move on. RBI minutes of October meeting reiterates they won't hike rates until CPI is stable around 2 to 3% in that target band, which is decent. So can anticipate more of this choppy, smooth sailing for the next little while. Ew, Head and Shoulders was nasty. Bang, if you're out there, look it up. Alrighty, moving on. Some other key events. Google. So Apple had their virtual event for their new product release yesterday. Well, Google's like, hey, I can play too. So they announced a virtual event for today at 1 Eastern, officially introducing the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro. Like, if you haven't seen these phones and you think Google making a phone, what the hell? They're pretty solid. Like, they don't have all that BS that comes with most phones, like all the bloat, and they're pretty dang decent. How did I get an alert? That's how, hold on. All right, sweet. We're going to check that out. Affirm, Google, mRNA, Roku, Square, Tesla, and Upstart. Let's go on those ones. Those ought to be good. Upstart. All right. More earnings this week. Today, after the close, Netflix is reporting earnings. Let's keep an eye on them. UAL, which is United Airlines. Those are probably the only two that I'm interested in. Maybe Interactive Brokers or ISRG. Like, if we wanted to look at some earnings play, these are the ones that I would be interested in. Interactive Brokers, ISRG, Netflix, and UAL. Those should be the movers and shakers. Retail weekly sales, housing starts month to month for September, building permits, and the Redbook sales. I don't think that, well, let's see what those did. Those are coming out right now, or they just came out a few minutes ago. Those are probably what's stabilizing the market right now and keeping it from just erasing all of its pre-market gains. Like, you should have seen Twitter. Everybody in Twitter this morning was blowing up like rippy mode. It's gonna rip because of the massive rally, and then that drop formed, and I saw the right shoulder form. Yeah, dude. It's like Head and Shoulders all day. Okay, SP gained 15 points. Dow fell 36. Nasdaq spiked at 124, and the Russell 2000 advanced 2.19%. The old Russell is actually starting to do a good job. Small caps, banks, and energy were among underperformers as the Dow finished lower. So I'm going to be looking at small caps, banks, and energy today. Right. Let's check out the Asian market. All right. The Nikkei index jumped 190 points. So proud of that one. That was so great. The Shanghai index rose 25 and Hang Seng index climbed 377. So the Asian markets were up. The DAX was up. The FTSE up. So pre-market Asian markets were up. So usually that's pretty bullish for us. U.S. stocks finished higher today. Where was this? Right here. The S&P expected to report this week. 72 of the S&P 500 expected to report this week. right? While overlooking worries of inflation, supply issues, and energy supplies, oil prices close higher again. Sunday night data showed growth in China slightly or slowed 4.9% for Q3, hurt by the crackdown and them launching missiles. How dare they? Anyway, so that's it for the news. Sorry it took a little bit longer than normal. I went on a few tangents, which I probably shouldn't have, but oh well, what can you do? All right, we're checking out our futures right now. So remember what I said, rule of thumb, if this bottom row is down, that means the market can go up. It's been pretty true for the last couple days. However, gold is rallying and crude is rallying. I'm glad to see ZB, which is TLT, falling, which should be bullish for the ES. However, I don't like these gap ups pre-market because you can anticipate them falling off, coming back to support during the day. I'd rather do what we did yesterday. Fade to rally, right? Fade to rally. Those are great. So, all right. So making new highs. The NQ rallied, bull flag breakout, higher lows and higher highs. If this trend line I'm about to drop on this PZ right here will hold, you can anticipate the E. You can anticipate NQ to rip today. A lot of that may, see, look at that. It failed it. I mean, yes. So let's look at our next level of support. We got a doji coming in, 15,39287. Yeah, that sounds about right there. So I'm going to draw a little support line here. Actually, we got a micro demand zone right here. Right here, y'all. All right, so look at that level to support, of support to hold. YM is currently at pivot point support, right? It should hold, right? Midpoint. I wish I could label these. Mid, low, high. Yeah, maybe I can figure that out. And the ES is about to do the same thing. So if these levels hold, or even potentially back down to the supply zone here, excuse me, demand zone. Which one is it? I think it's right here. Could be off, but potentially pull down to that demand zone. The same with, excuse me, the same with the ES, right? If that pivot point breaks, we should come down. The Russell making a nice cup and handle. So RTY, anything that's in the Russell should possibly make a nice little rally. Look at that. That's textbook cup and handle. Gold is rallying, which is not good for the overall market, right? People like to get into gold when they fear things. So rally, pull back to pivot support at the weekly pivot that broke the pivot. Is it pivot high? Excuse me, pivot midpoint held, and if it goes and takes out pre-market highs, that's not good for, right? It's not good for other sectors. Crude, I don't know what happened there. It ran into its pivot point and just dropped off. This is not a Wu-Tang pattern reversal, okay? It was 1, 2, 3. If you would have got in this area here, pre-market, you would have got that move there. That would have been the move. This is nasty, okay? Possible chop session setting up for energy. I do like seeing bonds fall off, right? If we can get gold to come down, then I think the market will be in healthy shape for today. And the yen is selling off. So we do have some positive factors. We have positive deprecating factors, right? The yen is down, bonds are down, crude is down. We'd like to see gold turn around and come down, then that would be bullish for the market, okay? All right, news are done, futures are done. Let's get into some algorithms, shall we? Hold on, I need a drink. So, while I took a drink, you should hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. All right, let's get into this. Neo, Baidu, Chewy, Baba, APA, Oxy. I did Oxy on the weekend watch list. I don't know if it's got any gas left in the tank. Not Vaxart, it was OCGN, yes. Facebook. Um, yeah, I think it's ridiculous to watch $600. Like, that's, I pay more than $600 for some of my services, right? My streaming, like, subscription models. Whatever. They're so out of touch. It's ridiculous. All right, let's check it out. Neo, Baidu, Chewy, and Baba are first up. Look at these, right? All right. Neo, lowly Neo. We've got bearish divergence that's still valid. So I'm expecting a pullback on Neo. I don't know what's going on with Neo lately. I don't know if it's Lucid being competition that's really messing with this stock, but there's definitely a rotation out, investor rotation sentiment out of Neo. The algo has made lower lows. With the rally yesterday, it could be a potential turnaround point. So let's keep an eye on Neo. There's no clear bullish direction based on the algorithm, right? So the algo, it broke above its previous high and it back tested it for support. Ooh, hoo hoo. That's all right. I got a list over here I got to check out too. Sorry, I apologize. Algo rallied through it, back tested it. Price action is, here's your trend line support, right? This is pretty vertical. I don't like that. I don't like that angle. This is a safe angle. This is a scary angle. Safe, scary, safe, scary. Okay, hopefully y'all are learning something. Currently, we are resting at regular and dark pool support. Regular block trade coming in at 39.61. Below that, 37.95 is your next downside support, followed by 37.45. We break 37.45. You've got a nominal 37 here, but nothing's interacted with that level, so it's either going to shoot through it or break down through it. 37.45 seems to be pretty significant. Excuse me, I didn't mean to clear my throat in your ear. 39.32, dark pool support. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have to teach a class on this. Let's see if I can find some different levels. Remind me when we get down to Chewy to show you something, right? Let me actually have to double check on something with that. So let's see. If it breaks support, you got your pullback level. If it rallies through it, you got back test and then continuation on. I'm not super bullish because the algo is not curled up and running with price action. Okay. Baidu. Algo is trading with price action. I mean, it looks separated, but it's just trading with it, right? Highs and lows, right? Dip and rip. Okay. Algo's using this dark pool support at 163.58. Price action's using the one up here at 170.04. Right? I might actually look at Baidu long. Excuse me, I don't know what tickle in my throat this morning. 163.58 is support for the algo. The algo has failed to make any higher highs and has consistently made lower lows. This is a falling channel for the algorithm. It really needs to get some sort of rally in it, right? But as long as this dark pool support level holds for price action at 179.04 or 170.04, 84, I don't know. Yeah. Then also got a regular block support. You would think that this is white line, but it's not. There's enough difference. It's a 30-cent difference, and the stock makes 30-cent moves. So that's why I drew both of them up there. I really want the algo to bounce for this current level and continue on to the upside, right? However, if it cannot break out of this little thing here, oh, seriously, give me the right tool, right? Hmm. That looks to be widening. I know that there's a strat technique for that, widening, whatever. Just keep an eye on the algo. Don't get suckered into any longs with anything in this market. So just be protect your capital. Okay. Chewy. Excuse me. Chewy's potentially forming a nice little cup and handle. The algo looks as if though it's trying to reverse. It's broken through some regular block trade resistance on its way up to dark pool resistance. It looks like if I draw a line there, it's probably broke through that overhead resistance as well. So I'm kind of bullish on Chewy. It's getting to some key levels. I would like to see a potential pullback on it before I get long. All right, it's got to do a couple of things for me to get long on it, right? This is bullish, right? See, it broke its overhead resistance and it's continuing upwards, right? I personally would like to get above that level and back test it for continuation to the upside. Price action is doing a pretty decent job, right? It broke out of its rising wedge, so nice rally. We have regular block trade support. Oh, no. There we go. Thanks. Regular block trade support at 65.91. We're right on the nuts with that one. And below that, 61.25. All right, that's a $4 range. I'm anticipating a breakout, back test, and rally on. Okay. We have dark pool support down here at 64.95. Just call that 65. If that breaks, then we have to come back and deal with some of these block levels that just printed. This one printed, this 63.22, printed on the 14th, which is here. So the most recent one is here, the 65. So 65 support. There's a little dollar range there. I hope it doesn't chop within it. Let's look for Chewy to go long. I'm really interested in what happens with the algorithm at this level. If it can break through, then it's going to come test these levels here. I really think it'll get through them. Okay. All right. Moving on to Baba. Baba, chop, chop, Baba, chop. We should just call it chop, chop. Chop, chop. See how the algos failed to break higher highs, right? So this is range bound, which I don't like. You have lots of white line support, so let me get, if you're not familiar with my chart setup, white bars are price action, purple is the regular algorithm, blue lines are dark pool block trades, red lines are regular block trades. If I drop a white line, then it's party time. No, you didn't miss. It's actually really dark pool and a regular block trade that print at the same level. Those are major areas of support and resistance, so I always try to bring attention to those, okay? I should have done that a minute ago. So I don't like the algo not being able to get up above here, right? That's concerning because you've got consolidation down here, right? That is super range bound. That's going to reflect in a range bound price action. Okay. Let's do this. Speaking of price action, like you would think. Oh, it's not going to let me do it. Dang it. I screwed up. All right. So we have regular block trade resistance at 169.17, support 164.50, right? And 163.25. Lots of dark pool clusters. Basically, this is all dark pool cluster. And we have white line support that we're resting at right now, right? So this level here, 166.80, level right there, 166.82. That's your white line support. Like I don't. It's wedging. I mean, if this down here was doing like this is over here, if it was moving up, right, then I would be more interested in looking for a long breakout. However, I feel like we might get a short pullback. So just be aware of BABA, right? OCGN, Disney, APA, Oxy. I'll check in on Oxy for you. I'm going to start with Oxy because I want to get to Facebook. So Oxy, remember I said I wanted to see what the algo did at these levels? Well, it rejected. Gap and pullback. I don't like how it gaps and pulls back. That's horrible. But we did do our job. We broke up and above. We're coming back. We tested support here. Let me mark this up for you real quick. So we're working on bullish divergence. The algo is making higher highs and higher lows. This one's starting to be a little bit more difficult to read. I think it's starting to be primed for a pullback. So anticipate the algo to come down here. Price action, right? So they're in a trajectory course where they're going to collide. Where are they going to collide? They're going to collide at this white line level at 32.93. This is the proverbial line in the sand. Oh, nope, we don't want to do that. Right there. I know I just clustered this all up, but it's important to see that price action, the algo, and support and resistance are going to conflude, correlate. They're all going to correlate at this $32.93, $33, well, $32.95 level. We've got regular block trade overhead resistance on the way back up, 33.25, 33.63, 34.22, right? That's a long move. It's going to be a tough roll to the upside. Lots of support down here. We've got white line support again at 32, right? So if I were to round these up, which I think I could, right? 31.95, 32.95, right? There's a nice dollar range. So if that breaks, we come back down here. If it holds, we might get a little bit of reversal. The algo need to bounce as well and continue up. Okay, that's Oxy. I'm actually going to start getting pretty bearish on Oxy. Look at this head and shoulders. Anyway, we'll check out Oxy again another day. OCGN, massive rally. Like, this is a penny stock, I know. Price action's trading with the algorithm. It's trying to form a head and shoulders, right? I told you it's got to come down here and fill this gap. It's got to fill the gap. Once it fills this gap, then we're going to look at it again. But just so you know, this is the company with that price model that they're going to produce a COVID vaccine in 2022. I don't think, like, this isn't a $50, $60 biotech company. This is maybe 20. Personal opinion. None of this is investment advice or financial advice at all, right? This is all speculation, in my opinion, right? Had a problem with $10, didn't even want to use it as support. No block trades, right? This is all regular block trades. There's nothing dark in here, right? So there's no back office crap happening. This is all pretty much retail placement, right? 752 is my support level. The algo definitely needs to bounce at this level, right? And price action could be double bottoming, right? So we'll just keep an eye on it. All right, Disney, lovely Disney. What do we got here? So Disney. What happened? Trading with price action, right? Diverged. Lots of selling, right? Just lots of less volume. Dark pull support rallied up, blew through it. Trying to work our way back up. This is an ugly algorithm. And price action is all over the place. Like, I've never seen a large cap stock with such an ugly price action. Have you? Sell off, all right, gap, pullback, gap, double top, sell off, rally, fade, rally, fade, rally, gap down. This is giving me a headache trying to just follow along with it. I like the trend. The trend is your friend until the end. But this is ridiculous. The algo is consistently making lower lows and lower highs, right? It attempted to get above this dark pool level at 171.14, right? Which is probably a bunch of sell orders, right? 174.27 was previous support. 172.77. If you're marking levels on your chart, I think that you should 171.67. However, I mean, I have to stay away from this stock. It just doesn't make any sense to me at all. Regular blocks at 175.64. Excuse me, 175.65, 174 on the nose, and 172.51. It's just too much up and down. I can't even give you a direction because you would think it was selling off and then it just gapped up. So I don't know what's going on with Disney. Sorry, it couldn't be much help. Sorry, Michael. It's a wild ride I don't want to be part of. They should just stick to making roller coasters and not using the stock market to test that shit. APA, I don't know what this is, but I like it. We had bullish divergence that played out here, Currently, price action's trading with the algorithm. If we can get the algo to make a higher high, then I think it will bounce off of this regular block trade support and continue on to the upside. We're at trendline support currently, right? Rising wedge, potential breakout. Pretty decent long-term support line there. We've got regular block trade support and resistance ranging from 26.66 as support to 27 resistance, right? There's your support levels. If it breaks down below 26.66, we come back down here and test the 25.34 level, which is pretty easy to see. We have a dark pool support at 24.77, right? That came in on the 11th, right? That came in here, and it took it 4 days to absorb that order, whether it was a massive sell order, right? Which I believe would flood the market with new stocks, which would increase a rise. Do you see what I'm doing here? Do you see what I'm doing? Right? Dark pool sell orders, lots of buy orders up here. Dark pool sell orders, introduced a whole bunch of new supply, right? This is a demand zone. This is a supply zone. So I demand my shares from the dark pool. I sell them on the regular block trade. Tinfoil hat theory. Yeah, moving on. Last couple ones, and I got to run. Let's see what we got here. So Facebook. All right. And then I want to check out. I want to see what. Okay. Oh, this one. I haven't played that one for a minute. Decent there. Facebook, TTWO. There we go. All right, I like these ones better. Clear direction, right? All right. So Facebook, this was by the dip opportunity down here, right? Inverse head and shoulders. I didn't really get into it like I should have. I think Facebook, your opportunity to get in cheap is over. Personal opinion. Facebook's currently at a dark pool level of 35.34. By the way, futures gave back all of their overnight gains. It's currently selling off. We have white line support resistance coming in at 32.60. Right. We have also 327 is regular block trade, followed by 322.84. Don't think we're going to hit that 322.84 level again for a while. So missed opportunity, but we've got some room here. So if these are sell orders, right? If we're creating a new demand zone, we can get above this and take out previous highs and fill this little gap, right? Then I think I could go pretty bullish on Facebook. So I'm looking for a break of 335.34. We take out this previous high. I think that reverses the trend, and we can continue on to the upside. Let's see what Facebook looks like on the chart. Look at that. It's right at the top. Strong bullish uptrend, right? Expect some chop. We're right. We closed at point of control yesterday. Like, I don't know. Earnings? When's earnings? Earnings next week. I may short Facebook at the open down to about 336. Right. Right down to this 200 SMA or 200 EMA right here. Below that, 34.50. Ooh. So point of control is at 335.28. If that level holds, then all right, let me look at this again in a different light. Hold on, what do we got going on here? So if Facebook can take out previous highs at 339, like I said, then I'd be interested in going long. All right, that's this level here. Facebook above that level to go long. Use that as support and resistance, right? We get above there, pull back, use it for support. Actually, Facebook's not too shabby looking. As far as a target is concerned, we go a fib from the high to the low. It gives us our upside target, 338.85, right? That's where we're at right now. If we can hold that level, I think 342, 345, 347. 347.50 is my target. Upside target on Facebook. If we can break above 338.84, back test and pull up to the upside. Okay. All right, that's it. I got to run. If I have extra time, this guy. If I have extra time. Well, I got to write Facebook down. Facebook owes me some money. 338.84 long. $337.40. Short down to 335. Sorry, I had to make some notes there on Facebook. Okay, I'm gonna burn through these because I've literally got like 2 minutes. Finally, somebody asks about coin, the Bitcoin. All right, lows. What do we got here? All right, with lows, we're in a nice strong uptrend. If we break below 221.74, I think we backtest to 218.76 for the next move to the upside. That would give the algo time to breathe. The algo has made a reversal. It has made a higher low and a higher high. If the algo can get above 218.76, I can't mark these up, but I can tell you the levels. 222.12 and 221.74. So 222.12 is your dark pool, 221.74 is your regular, 218.76 support. AMD, the algo is trading with price action, right? It's making higher lows and higher highs. It just broke out of a consolidation point. If the algo can get above 106.36, I think we can continue to go long on AMD using that 116.43 as support, right? We break below that. We back test to 112.54 and potentially white line level at 111.90. 111.90 is the white line level for AMD, and regular block trade support at 116.43. Mamara price actions trading with the algorithm. The algo pulled back to regular block trade support at 48.36. If this bounces here and continues to move up, I'm going to go long on Mara up to, you'd have to fib it, but price action is currently finding support at 51.45. Excuse me, 51.45. Price action come down to 48.36. That'll pull the algo down to 45.50. If the algo breaks below that, then I think we've got a downside move ahead of us, okay? NVIDIA, price actions trading with the algorithm. Dark pool levels at 222.22, 222.22, and 221.69. If those levels break, we have white line support at 218.21. So that breaks. I don't think we come test 216.62. I think we fall down to 212. Okay. That's it. Gotta go. Thanks for joining me. I'm here every morning, Monday through Friday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'll ask in return, hit the like button, share it with your friends, families, neighbors, coworkers. Net Cloudflare. I'm gonna play that at the open, just because it is super green. What does it look like on? What do we got here? I like the delicious shit. Ooh, Rocket League. Rocket League. Jeez, did it leave without me? God. Looking for a pullback. 178.50. Played at 183. Ooh, that's juicy. You don't want to see the fib level on this pullback. Look at this. This is gonna be nasty AF. This is just for October. Right? If it pulls back to the 618s at 154, whew, it's gonna get ugly. Right? This is a parabolic move, right? Rally, consolidate, rally, consolidate, rally, consolidate, parabolic move. If it fails, it's got support at 178.13. Below that, it's VWAP at 176.50. This is where I'm looking to get in. If it comes back to test, if it comes back, I like this level here to get into net. So you could pull, there's a move to the downside. You got rising directional SMA as support, so don't get head faked and suckered out. Play it below this red line to the downside. This is a 2-minute. There's a 5-minute chart. That's a 5-minute chart. This is a 2-minute chart. 5-minute, 2-minute. Which one would you rather play? I'd rather play a 5-minute chart. So if we break below 178.76, then I think we come down to 175. Below 175, it gets quick down to 171 for a bounce. Okay. Gotta go. Thanks for joining me. Dark Pool Algo. See you tomorrow.